All right, what's up, guys? Happy Friday. Another week in the books, and not a great day here for the bulls. QQQ down 2%, S&P's down 1.7, Nvidia down 4, Microsoft down 2, Tesla down 5, and your flush takes your QQQ back into right back into the box, right back into the range here. And they had a pretty good shot there. Daily squeeze, white arrow, perfect score of 15. Little push back towards the previous highs, and then we get news of COVID 2.0, and back down she goes. Now, I don't think we're bearish. Looking at the rankings here, we're neutral. All right, neutral, choppy, and range bound. QQQ gets a 36 out of 120. And then looking down here at the Big Ten, Apple really good at 95, Netflix decent at 51. All right, then you got Microsoft, Tesla, Google, TSM. So yeah, very choppy, and one good level for next week. Call it an over/under level. Watch your hourly 200 here on the QQQ. All right, the bulls pulled it down here. The bears pulled it down. Bulls fight. Bulls fight. Bulls fight. They go and get a good break at that level into next week. Could be a case where QQQ has to go lower. Maybe back down towards the bottom end of that range. Which bigger picture wouldn't really change anything. They're flushing it, they're popping it. Flushes feel bearish, pops feel bullish. We ain't really going anywhere. And granted, there's a lot of emotion behind it. The deep seek gap down, today's action. From a squeeze perspective, it's your typical +1, -1 ATR back and forth before the squeeze eventually fires and kicks off that nice move. So your 2-day squeeze here for the QQQ, right? Can't break out, can't break lower. They pop it into the top Keltner channel, and they flush it down to the bottom one, pop it towards the top end, back to the 21, back towards the top end. A lot of back and forth. Eventually, the squeeze will fire. They break it long, that can be QQQ into 560. They break it short, that can be QQQ into 500, 490. One reason I can't get too bearish just yet, could change next week. 2-day squeeze for now remains pretty bullish. Or rather, really bullish. A+ setup, score of 15. If they can hold their ground above that 523-ish, I don't think you go and buy it immediately. But say they hold that 21 EMA, then you go and get a fresh 15-minute buy signal, 30-minute buy signal. Might be a dip we're trying to buy here in a couple of days. Below that 2-day 21, below the hourly 200, it could be room for lower. If you look at the 3-day time frame, all right, no breakout, no breakdown. It's, for the most part, a bullish 3-day squeeze. Scoreboard gives it 11 points out of 15, bull trend, bull structure. They flush down to -1, they pop up at the +1, back down to the 21, back up to +1, right? A lot of back and forth. Can eventually take you into 560 or 490-ish. So the key is during these periods of time, things aren't too easy. Calling for breakouts, calling for direction, long, short. When the squeeze finally fires, everything gets a lot easier. So look for your opportunities, take your shots. Number one goal right now should be, keep the account intact, keep some dry powder, wait for the clearer, easier move. Being that we have bigger time frame squeezes, that could take a while here. And then weekly chart for the Qs. Also in what is still a pretty bullish weekly chart. Squeeze, score of 13, bull trend, bull structure. Bigger picture, much below the weekly 21. Then I think we got some issues. But patience on the Qs for now. We got Nvidia earnings next week. Could be a big deal, could be a non-event. I think for the most part on the weekly, not too bad. They hold their 21 EMA, they get 12 points out of 15. Earnings, of course, a bit of a coin flip. But I think on a quiet open or a decent gap up, could try to kickstart the eventual path higher off that weekly squeeze. Jump into the S&Ps here. Weekly squeeze above the 21, 13 out of 15. All right, so none of that is bearish. The 3-day squeeze, 11 points out of 15 above the 21, right? For now, not bearish. 2-day squeeze, 9 points out of 15, and then your daily chart is more of a neutral 6 out of 15. Pretty easy over/under level into next week for the spiders. Daily 50 SMA. They break below the 6,000 put wall. Could be room for a flush back down towards these previous lows. So yeah, guys, it's a choppy market, a range-bound market, a market very much caught up in bigger time frame squeezes. The beauty of that is eventually they fire and you get really good price action. The crappy part about it is until they fire, excuse me, it's a lot of ugly, choppy back and forth. So keep your risk in check, keep things nice and small, wait for the bigger move, and with patience, I think we'll get that eventually. Have a good Friday. I'll have a new video coming out either tomorrow or Sunday, breaking down the weekly watch list, and I'll talk to you then. Adios.